AITA for telling my husband to get over himself when he started berating me for not picking up his brother's son from school. My husband, 37, took his nephew, 12, in after his dad, my husband's brother, was diagnosed with cancer. He told me that his nephew would be staying with us till his dad completes his chemo treatment. I agreed, although he did not consult me about it first, but I told him that he'll be his responsibility, not mine. He asked me to explain why, and I told him it's because 1. He didn't consult me before taking his nephew in, and 2. I'm not equipped nor experienced in taking care, being committed to childcare. I still have to cook and clean, obviously. He said it was fine and that he'd be taking care of him on his own. The other day he called me in the afternoon saying he was stuck in a 2-hour meeting and asked if I could go pick his nephew up from school. I said I was having lunch with mom and discussing family issues. He insisted, but I reminded him that he said he'd be taking care of his nephew, including school pickup, drop-off. I suggested he try to get off work or call some family member to go pick him up. He tried to argue, but I hung up. I went home at 3 and surprisingly found my husband there. He was angry. He started yelling at me, calling me selfish and unfeeling. I told him that his lack of momagement wasn't my fault. He yelled, saying that my lunch with mom could have waited, but I chose to be petty, just to prove a point. I said that wasn't true and told him to get over himself and stop acting like he was the victim. When he put himself in this situation knowing he wouldn't commit, he yelled that GE was trying to do all he can to help his brother out, but it was me who's playing victim after I refused to help out. We argued some more and I ended up going to stay with my mom for the night. He texted me some choice words. That's when I turned my phone off. We're still arguing about it. AITA for going off at my brother because he said he won't attend my wedding, using AITA and background info at the beginning. I'm 24 meters, engaged to Jen, 27F. We've been together 3 years and she's amazing. But she has a bit of a rocky past. Her friend group in college were bullies, and they especially went after Liz, 26F. I knew Liz because my dad was friends with hers. We would talk sometimes, but we weren't close. Liz is friends with my half-brother John, 31 meters. Now, John knows about the bullying. He can't stand Jen because of that. Jen obviously is remorseful. They was young and acted out of jealousy. We've all tried to get John to understand, but he doesn't want to hear anything. So we've just let it be. The invitations for our wedding went out recently and John RSVP'd no. I talked to him. He said he won't be attending because of the issue with Jen. I'll admit I went off a little bit. I said this was years ago and it's all water under the bridge now. He hasn't even tried to get to know Jen and he's creating issues within his own family over a friend. Jen was also hurt that John RSVP'd no. John got pretty mad at me for going off at him, so AITA for enjoying some cocktails when we are splitting the bill. I am not a big eater. I like going out with my friends and enjoying a reasonable meal with a beer or two. My friends go nuts. They order $100 meals and appetizers with extra sides. When the bill comes, they always just say to split it evenly. So I end up paying 3 times the cost of my meal and they each save a few dollars. We can all afford this. No one is going broke from these meals, but I don't think it's fair. I have mentioned a few times that we should get separate bills, but they never agree. Last time we went out, I was meeting my girlfriend afterwards for a movie. She is not the biggest fan of my friends, so she didn't join us. But I knew I had a ride home. I noticed that the restaurant we were at had a really interesting cocktails menu, including a margarita made with Clase Azul Reposado and an old-fashioned made with Pappy Van Winkle bourbon. So as I invited my burger and fries, I enjoyed a few drinks. When the bill came, my total was about $250, which is about $200 more than I usually top out at. We split the bill, but they were all giving me side-eye. One of them texted me and said I was an asshole for padding the bill like that, and if I did it again, he was going to insist that we have individual bills. I texted everyone and asked if they all felt the same. They did. So I apologized and agreed that from now on when we go out I will pay my own bill. My girlfriend thinks I'm right for proving my point, but I am still feeling resentment from my friends.